Unlock the secrets of frequency in English. Hello, dear viewers. Today, we're going to dive into a very common but essential concept in both the English language and daily life: frequency. Understanding this concept will not only boost your English skills but will also help you accurately describe how often events occur in your life. So, let's get started and make your communication as clear as a bell. Frequency refers to the number of times something happens within a specific period. In English, we often talk about frequency when we discuss our habits, routines, or how often we do certain activities. It's not just about stating that an event happens but about giving a clear picture of how often it happens. In English, we have a set of adverbs specifically designed to describe frequency. These include words like always, usually, often, sometimes, rarely, and never. Each of these adverbs fits on a scale from 100% of the time, always, to 0% of the time, never. Always. This means that something happens all the time or every time. Usually. This indicates that something happens most of the time. Often. If something happens often, it occurs regularly or many times. Sometimes. This means that something happens occasionally. Rarely. When an event rarely happens, it occurs infrequently. Never. This means that something does not happen at all. Using these adverbs correctly will help you to communicate your daily life and habits accurately. Apart from adverbs, we can also use specific time expressions to indicate frequency. Phrases like once a week, twice a month, every other day, or once in a blue moon give a clear indication of how often something happens. Once a week tells us that the event happens one time within the span of a week. Twice a month means the event happens 2 times within a month. Every other day indicates that the event happens every 2 days. Once in a blue moon is an idiomatic expression meaning that something happens very rarely. When asking about frequency, you can start your question with, how often, followed by the verb. For example, how often do you exercise? How often have you visited the new museum? The answer can be with either frequency adverbs or time expressions. I usually exercise 3 times a week. I have visited the new museum once. The context in which you use frequency words and phrases can alter their meaning slightly. For instance, sometimes might mean once a week in the context of going to the gym, but it could mean once a month when it comes to visiting a faraway family member. Paying attention to context will help you understand and use these frequency phrases more effectively. That wraps up our exploration of the word frequency and how it's used in English. Remember, practicing these words and phrases will help you communicate more clearly about your routine and habits. I hope this video helps you feel more confident in expressing how often things happen in your life. Keep practicing, and until next time, happy learning!